Modern sports, as we know them, originated in ancient Rome, when civic officials realized that it would be much easier to get contestants for their gladiator contests if the loser was not killed. Once everyone realized that a live loser could be humiliated for much longer than a dead one, the idea caught on. Back then, a sport was only what could be achieved with the human body. How fast can you run? How far can you throw? How big a thing can you lift or push or kill? But the ideal of sports as an exhibition of human accomplishment ended in 1893 when they started using football helmets. In my book, drawing the impact away from your skull defeats the entire purpose of hitting something with your head. Now, sports contains a lot of rules, and I'm no fan of rules, especially when it comes to sports. That's just big government interference. Let's let the free market decide what constitutes a touchdown. Now, the big story in sports right now is athletes taking drugs, making themselves better with steroids and human growth hormone. Now, some people have a problem with this, but not me. Newsflash! Athletes perform for our enjoyment. So performance-enhancing drugs are really enjoyment-enhancing drugs. The fact is, Americans want the best of everything. That's why Americans won't watch women's basketball. Every time I see a lady make a shot, I think, I bet a guy could have done that better. Enhanced athletes are the same way. Back in the day when sports consisted of little slow guys hitting set shots, bunting, and staging Statue of Liberty plays, the public was satisfied because they didn't know any better. But now that we've seen huge behemoths with 2% body fat and misshapen foreheads leap over piles of bodies to crush each other's larynx, we can't go back. That's why I'm proposing to end all regulations on what athletes do to themselves. If a guy wants to shoot himself up with hormones or chimp sperm, that's his business. The only thing that matters is performance on the field. Now, a lot of people ask, what kind of message would this send to our young people? To which I reply, don't suck. Go the extra mile to actually be good, or you'll be selling insurance. With those forces at work in the marketplace of modern scientific body modification, our sports will continue to be the most entertaining in the world. Sometimes the best performance-enhancing drugs come from the mind. This comes in handy when there aren't regular performance-enhancing drugs around, or maybe you have them but there's no time to inject. Here's an example. Like when you're in that 5-on-5 company league hoops game covering the sweaty guy with the mustache and the knee brace. Let's call him Carl. By the way, his name is Carl, okay? His name has not been changed. And if Carl can't handle that, maybe he should find another church basement to dribble in. No one drives my lane without paying a toll. Carl drives toward the basket, and your options are A, plant a shoulder in his meaty flank, or B, let him score. That's when it's time to let loose with option C, a little trash talk. Try this. Hey, Carl, what's your favorite system of geologically significant caverns? Mine is Carlsbad at basketball. Did I need to hit him that hard? Maybe not. But in the heat of after-work co-ed basketball, you don't always have time to perceive your opponent as a human. Healthy trash talk is a vital pillar of the temple of sport, and as with the Acropolis, its erosion portends the downfall of our civilization. Hey, let's give everyone a trophy, even the kid who never gets put in the game and seems to enjoy himself anyway. That's what Coach PC Police would say. Well, I got a trophy for that kid, and it's a big bronze boot to commemorate his being kicked out of the league. I don't want my son thinking that mediocrity is an option. Success or exposure. That's the Colbert motto. We need to teach our children that their peers are competitors for food, shelter, and eventually mates.